the beef? We don't need it. It's out of the window.
Today, we have a great recipe. I am Darlene V of chefdarleneve.com, and I am a cooking instructor. We actually have a vegetarian Bolognese sauce. Where's the beef? We don't need it. It's out of the window. Let's get started. All right, we are going to put in our pot. So I turned it on, all right, on medium heat, and we're putting some olive oil in there, okay? And we're gonna get the olive oil all warmed up. I actually chopped some onions. How many of you actually cry when you chop onions? Let me know. Who cries when they chop onions? Let me know. I'm gonna put it in the pot, all right? We wanna ton it up, okay? And then we wanna chop some garlic. And I already flattened my garlic, so let's chop. 4 weeks ago now, my husband came to me and he was like, have you thought about being vegetarian? Like, how are we gonna do that when we are like totally meat and potatoes kind of people? Well, he's meat and potatoes, I'm kind of like meat and rice and peas and stuff like that, right? So I've had the fleeting thought of being a vegetarian, but, so that was a fail. But we've definitely tried to incorporate more vegetarian meals into our lives. So we're like, okay, how about Bolognese? So we have onions in the pot, and now I'm putting in some garlic. We don't want the onions to burn, all right? I'm gonna be putting in other things in this to add sweetness. If you want a Dutch pot, if you're looking for a Dutch pot or any other things that I'm using on here, you can always go to chefdarleneve.com and go to resources and you can purchase it there, okay? Make sure that you share this video as well because you want people to come in and to enjoy the video and learn how to make vegan Bolognese as well. I'm gonna add peppers, all right? So let's add the pepper. Who knows what onions, carrots, and celery are? Let me know if you know that answer. Right now, I actually have the Cajun Holy Trinity in there. Onions, garlic, and bell pepper. So it's Cajun Holy Trinity, not the real Holy Trinity. All right, so, but in culinary, 3 main ingredients that are base for soups and stews and sauces, and it's what we call mirepoix. They're also known as aromatics, okay? And so we're gonna put that in there as well. But before I do, I have some thyme, which I have a love affair with. I love thyme. So we're gonna put thyme in there. I don't quite like rosemary so much. Me and Rosemary are not really good friends. You know, I see her every once in a while at a party and she gives me the side eye. We don't really like each other too much. Me and thyme, we can hang, all right? That's my buddy. And I'm also gonna put a bay leaf in here, all right? And let that cook down. Back to the mirepoix. So it is carrots, celery, and onions, all right? We already have the onions in there, and then now I'm gonna put the carrots and the celery in there. So if you have any questions, let me know, and I can answer them for you, okay? All right, so let's put the carrots in. All right, and the celery. So we have that. Now the carrots, they add a level of sweetness to it, and you saute them down. So I'm gonna turn up the fire, okay, right now. We wanna add the replacement for our beef. We have some roasted eggplant, okay? And then we're gonna add that to the mix as well because we want that in the party. We want that to mingle with the mirepoix. So those are getting well acquainted. I'm gonna chop up some mushrooms, okay? So mushrooms is another meaty type vegetable, okay? So we wanna add mushrooms to them, and I'm using baby bellas. We're just gonna do a rough chop on the mushrooms, and then we're gonna add that as well. The mushrooms and the eggplant, they're gonna act as our meat in this dish. And one more thing as well. Let's saute that down. It smells so good right now. So what's your favorite ingredient in sauce other than tomatoes? What do you like to put in sauce that you think like adds that like extra flavor? Let me know. So the last thing that I'm gonna add for the meat replacement is lentils. Yeah, we're gonna put some lentils in it. Let's put them in, okay? So we're making a hearty, rustic, vegan bolognese. Like, I think my mouth is watering already. So now that we have our meat replacements in there, and they're getting well acquainted, I'm gonna turn up the fire yet again, okay? I'm gonna add our crushed tomatoes and whole peeled tomatoes. No bottled tomato sauce here. We're doing it all from beginning to end, okay? So we're making our own sauce and everything. I don't want it to start popping. Popping and getting me in the eye. I'm not trying to get, like, I have to duck from the sauce. We also want to put our seasonings, right? The tomatoes are getting angry. You can see them starting to bubble up, okay? And we're gonna put in some salt, pepper, garlic powder, onion powder, oregano. We can't forget our crushed red peppers. We can't forget those. So we're gonna put that in there. And then we also have a little bit of Italian seasoning. We wanna try and break down, how you doing? We wanna try and break down the tomatoes that are in there. So let's put the seasonings in the mix, because we need it well seasoned, right? Everything needs to be well seasoned. Has anybody had vegan bolognese before? Or is this gonna be your first time? I'm gonna keep on stirring. Stirring the pot, all right? And it is looking delish right now. What's your favorite Italian dish? And are you vegan? I should show you guys. Let me show you. Let me show you. Hey Barbara, how are you, my dear? You guys are gonna be able to see it. All right, I think it's hard to see because it's in the pot, but it's really going. All right, put it back down. You know, we just want to soften the lentils a little bit. We want the carrots obviously to be soft as well. What would be Italian food without a little basil, right? All right, so we're gonna chiffonade on some basil. Maybe parsley is trying to join with the basil, I don't know. They don't like being alone with their own parsley, I guess. We're gonna add that, all right? So you roll up the basil and then you just chop down, all right? And that's your chiffonade of basil. So we're gonna add some. I also like to add a little bit of parsley to it as well. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. All right, so we're chopping up our parsley, chopping up our parsley. All right, and so the parsley adds this flavor, it adds this freshness to the dish as well. So that's why we kind of want to add that at the end. So let's add some parsley to the mix, and it's looking really good. Now, the last thing that I want to do is I want to add an element of sweetness to it, okay? So I'm gonna add agave to it because we don't want to use sugar because sugar is not exactly vegan, all right? So we're adding a little bit of agave to add sweetness, to pose the tartness of the tomatoes. We have to do a little bit of two-parter. So I'm gonna have to take this off, and then we wanna get our pasta. We want the pasta in it, all right? And then, so I have another little surprise for today. If you're like many people who probably shouldn't eat as many carbs as you may want to, you can actually mix the pasta with your own veggie noodles. I'm gonna put some olive oil in the pan, all right, a little bit of olive oil, and I'm going to put the veggie noodles in the pan. Gonna get those sauteed. We want to add our pasta to it. So we're gonna add the pasta to the mix as well. All right, so let's add the pasta. So we're gonna do about like 50-50, maybe 60-40. They're sauteing. Let's mix it up a little bit, and then we're gonna add our vegan bolognese to the mix. All right, we have that going. Let's plate it. Let's plate it. Beautiful. Like I said, if you're vegan, please ignore this. If you're vegetarian, go right ahead, okay? Some Parmesan on it. And let's end it with some basil, all right? And here you have it. Here is your vegan Bolognese. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you try this at home, and I'm gonna be running a cooking class in Stamford. So if you're in the Stamford, Connecticut area, sign up for my cooking class. You can go to my website, www.chefdarleneb.com. I hope that you try this. Have a great Saturday, and God bless you guys. Take care. Bye.